Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. We're happy to have you back for another certified banger. But before we get started, Mr. Maximus Black.
Yep.
Hit me up with the sound of MC Hammer getting out of bed in the morning.
Stop. Hammer time.
Perfect. Down here in the bottom right, we've got Eythor, the red Zerg, and up in the top left of the map I'm going to call skid mark is RipNHammer.
RipNHammer.
The blue Terran.
Hell yeah. Okay. It is a normal game sent in by you guys to lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Big thanks to everybody that's sending in replays. We are getting more and more each week, so it seems like we are that positive force to get y'all to go out there and play some StarCraft. Now, the game's any good? I mean, sure as shit was last week with that crazy When Cheese Fails. I think it was episode 6 that we had. That was pretty epic. People were loving it. I was loving it. So let's see if we can get a really solid normal game at him. See if we can make it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And while we're waiting, you know what? I'm hungry, so I'm going to start with a question here related to food. Comes in from the Blainer, asks, what is your deluxe hot dog? What are you putting on your hot dog? I could go for I'm going to be honest, I haven't had a hot dog in a hot minute. It's getting close to the weather in which hot dog season is coming back in full force. So what is your deluxe hot dog, Mr. Black? Are you even a hot dog person to begin with?
I haven't had a hot dog in at least 15 years.
Wow!
Yeah, I don't do hot dogs. But I have had sausages, which are different. And so I will answer the question via sausage. And my go-to is sauerkraut, ketchup, and that's the show. That's it. Simple, man.
That's good for a sausage already has so much flavor associated, and you never know what kind of sausage you're getting. You gotta ask the person manning the barbecue, what kind of sausage am I getting involved with? Kind of like, when you're, you know what, let's just not go there. Everyone knows where that joke is going. But my hot dog deluxe version, man, honestly, it's not crazy, and it's also probably a little strange to some people, but my hot dog deluxe is mayo, mustard, ketchup, cheese slices on both sides of the hot dog inside the bun, and then caramelized onions on top. That's my deluxe hot dog. And if I'm feeling like mixing it up a little bit, because like I clearly like a lot of sauces on this hot dog, I'll also take a little bit of vinegar-based barbecue sauce, so like HP or A1, just a little bit, not very much, just a little bit for a little bit of the vinegar.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm hungry. But while I'm hungry, that doesn't change the fact that this Reaper was hungry for some kills. Was he successful? Yes, 2 kills to start.
Just
but
2
probably not as much as he was hoping.
No, he didn't do a whole lot. He got very little information outside of the fact he does know that the Zerg here is his name Eythor? Eythor? I'm gonna call him Eythor.
Eythor, maybe. Or Eythor.
Okay. How about just Thor? All right. So Thor.
Whatever he wants to be.
Yeah. Terran knows he's got the double expansion, but does not see any tech inside the base. Pretty clear though, that, like, you can't have that much tech when you are opening up 3 hatch like this. At most, they could be going for fast banelings or roaches. It is going to be roaches. Although, yeah, we do have some in production here. So 7 of them are going to pop. Now he's going to get that information with the Reaper. He should have done that a little bit sooner. Managed to keep him alive. So that's good. That's good.
Damn.
We got a counterattack going up here for Thor. And it's going to be a pretty hefty attack. There is no bunker. The only units that he has here are these Hellions, which are going to be blocked here. Manages to get them out, loses 1, gonna potentially lose a 2nd to these Lings if he can just focus fire on that one that's down to nothing. Well, you fool! Didn't get it. Okay, the Roaches are gonna come in and clean him up. That's actually huge pickup there for Thor, and now he's gonna go in and is gonna at least force a liftoff of this command center. It is going to be 1 base Terran versus 3 base Zerg, Adam, early on.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario really for RipNHammer, whose units were ripping pepperoni down in the mid map there. He was clearly, his attention was split because eventually those Hellions just stopped moving. They accepted their fate and they died at the hands and mouths, so to speak, of the roaches that had chased them down with those lings. And the only thing that you like, I don't think this has changed in all of the years of StarCraft 2, is the #1 rule in general when you're up against a Zerg is that you never want to be down a base against a Zerg. It's like the one fucking thing you desperately need to avoid. And fortunately for Eythor, Eythor, whatever the fuck his name is that he's going to be able to get that early economic lead, and as a Zerg, that's pretty massive. He knows now, force the lift off. It's a 1 base Terran for all intents and purposes, and that's going to give him a big opportunity here to hopefully get something done. Although, I will say, he has not capitalized on building some fucking overlords, which would have been great, but the Spire is on the way, and he'll be able to pump some mutas out for some continued harassment.
Yeah, I mean, it's 54 supply to 64. This looks a lot worse than what it is. Obviously, Terran would be way, way ahead if he just would have walled off, had a bunker here, and not got caught out the way he did. Unfortunate, but...
I'm sorry, is he 1 base BC?
It was. I mean, technically he's 2 base now, but he is fast-teching 2 BC, which is the reason why he didn't have a whole lot here to defend. Now, this could be pretty massive, considering the only anti-air that Thor is going to have are potentially some mutas that are going to pop, and a couple of queens. He is getting some spore crawlers, but the BCs can position themselves to really rip asshole and do a whole lot of damage, primarily when there's not much here to defend. So depending on how good he can micro with this BC and just not lose it to a spore, he could easily tighten this game up very quickly. And not only that, Adam, it's 2 command centers. Mules are a damn good thing. I mean, look at the mineral discrepancy right now. 1,000 to 1,500. We are getting a double expansion here again, so he is going to be on, what, 5 hatches. But perhaps maybe he's getting too many hatches and not enough scouting to know what's going on, and his butthole could be hurt here real soon.
Yeah, there's a good chance that RipNHammer is about to hammer a rip and tear into his butthole if he's not careful. That's an awful lot of macroing when he doesn't really know what's coming his way. He's about to find out. But I guess it's like one of those things, it's like the classic, when you're ahead, get further ahead. Here are all of those muta going to get it. Are they going to get the BC, or is he going to get out? Yeah,
no.
Oh, did he like...
He warped his way in.
Did he teleport his ass down here?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a bad life choice.
That was a terrible life choice. That's a terrible, unfortunate life choice. That's actually going to make it a little bit easier for Eythor to be able to sustain this heavy economic expansion that he has taken underway, and it's going to put RipNHammer a bit more on the back foot as he really just is on 1 starport still.
Yeah,
so it's not like he's cranking these bad boys out. And now Eythor is saying, fuck this shit, I'm going and having a little vacation up on the other side of the map.
Yeah, he's in a whole lot of trouble. He didn't do any damage at all with that BC. He didn't fly him down with SCVs, nothing. He warped his way in there, and then, or I guess tactical jump is the proper term for it. But now he hasn't got much, but he needs these. Oh my goodness! Boom, boom! 2 of them hit! Is he gonna have enough here to take out these mutas? That'd be a huge pickup. And he doesn't. He only manages to pick off, like, maybe, what, 1 muta there? I'm not even sure. But he's going in. He's being greedy. He's going to lose some mutas here.
Oh, my God.
No,
I didn't even see the friggin' random 2 mines that was... Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, getting saucy there at the end with the Yamato cannon being tossed out. I didn't no idea he had those sitting right underneath the starport. And clearly neither did Eythor, but he found out real quick, and that was a very quick deterrent. If Eythor had taken like any other route, he could have done a lot more damage there, but he just kind of moved in the general direction of the mid base, and that ended up, costing him some much needed harassment that could have slowed down RipNHammer, because now RipNHammer, the next time he goes up, guess what he's got? He's got the Thors. They are here. Ironically, the Thors versus Eythor. They're going to be on the fucking map, and these mutas are not going to be able to be nearly as effective. BCs and Thors together, they're going to have to use their their speed to be able to keep the harassment up.
Yeah, this tech is starting to look pretty strong here for RipNHammer. If he can get up to 3-4 BCs and he's got a couple of Thors in the mix, those Mutalisks are going to do absolutely nothing. And Adam, I see a Hydralisk Den being built right now for Thor, so he is going to be going to full-blown Tier 3 tech. And we love some Ultralisks. It's been a minute since we've seen them here on LAGTV. It's going to be going down. He's going to try and do some poking here with these Mutas. He's going to be able to pick off maybe a couple of these Hellions before the cavalry arrives, gets 2 of them, gonna get 3. He's being greedy, and now the 2 hits, couple of Mutas go down, and he's getting chased off now. He's being greedy again, managing to pick off another one, loses another Muta. He needs to be careful. Now he's got the BCs and Thors here. The AoE is coming, and he backs off. I'm not sure that was the best trade for Thor, but nonetheless, it's okay. 177 supply here for Thor to 111.
Mr. Black, Mr. Black, Hydra kids, Hydra wife, and hide your fucking ground units because the Ultralisks are about to run wild! We've got 10 Ultralisks!
That's scary.
And 38 Zerglings in production right now. As it turns out, 5 bases can afford you a lot. Not childcare, that's still fucking, we're out of reach. We need like 3 or 4 more, but Ultralisks, we can fucking make that magic happen. And what an interesting combination of units on both sides of the map we're going to be seeing here. We got planetaries coming in. We got the BC. We got the Thor. We got the Widow Mines. We got the fucking Hydras. We got the fucking Lings. We got the Ultralisks. This is going to be like one of those classic middle of the ladder skill-wise 200 versus bordering on 200 A moves. And it's going to be kind of like where do they meet on the field kind of a situation. But that's a scary Zerg army, and look at the economic backbone it has to remax when shit goes wrong. Yeah,
you know, Zerg needs to go. The longer that he waits, the scarier it gets. RipNHammer is working his way out. He's gonna go ahead and siege up. He's only got 2 tanks, but these Ultralisks are coming in heavy, and it's just gonna eat up so much shit. The Lings are coming in from behind. The Mutas are gonna take a whole bunch of hits. The Widow Mines are smacking shit around, but Adam, those Ultras, they're doing damage, but now it's just 2 BCs tickling these Ultralisks, trying to make it happen. Some Yamatos are going off, blows the tits off one of them, and now the Ultralisks are going to work their way up the map, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to survive the planetaries and the wall off. We're going to find out here in just a second.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly this is going to be able to do damage. He just needs to not A-move directly into the base, and he'll be able to do something. I don't know what, but he's doing something. See, this is what happens. All you have to do is open the front door, and then it's just a never-ending stream as Mr. Black brings back the Ultralisk sound. It's been a while. He sounds like he might be constipated, but that's actually the sound of the Ultralisk. The Lings are in there cleaning up, and there's so many more that are going to be on the way. 34, 36 or more, as Corruptors are also entering the field, and RipNHammer is about to be ripping fucking pepperoni as this game is getting wildly out of hand. It's just so much Zerg economy, but at the same time, I guess props to RipNHammer for even distracting Eythor. Sorry, I'm choking on a penis. Eythor with these 2 BCs out here, just doing anything and everything he can to slow the fucking march of all of these units. But look at the massive red ball. That's a meatball in the mid-map here on Skidmark with all of the... Are those all Banelings? Oh my god!
Can he warp? He needs to tactical way his fuck out of here with these 2 BCs. You don't want to lose them. Oh, he used... Well, there you go. There you go. He managed to get one of them out. That is a big red ball. 120 supply to 170. He's going to try and blow this planetary up. He's going to try it, and it's going to work. It's going to work. It goes down quickly, and he's managing to destroy the entire mineral line. 2 Ultralisks in the back. Still got a few Banelings in there. All the SCVs are going. Adam, it's pretty much a 1 base Terran versus a million base Zerg. It's not going to work out for him. It's over.
There is not a big enough pair of parachute pants to drop his ass back down to safety now. RipNHammer is just up against the wall, and I'm unfortunately going to have to say that in this instance, the Zerg is going to be able to pretty much just continuously A-move into the front part of this base until the game comes to an end, and I would be shocked if we didn't get some form of RipNHammer being like, damn Zerg!
You know, he just lost a lot there, Adam. He just ran into that choke and did next to no damage to Terran at all.
I'm trying to tell myself I didn't just cast her curse for like the 40th fucking time in a row in the last friggin' forecast, Mr. Black.
I don't think so.
Tell me no.
No, I still think this is Zerg's game to lose. I mean, unless he does something catastrophic right now, it should be over. But then again, he did destroy that Ultralisk den. He had to build another one. He's only got 150 minerals. This could really boil down to one engagement. If he can somehow manage to kill the vast majority of these Lings and Banelings going into this Terran, he has a shot to A-move and win, but it's going to be close. Counterattack coming up here, but he doesn't give a fuck about this base set at this point. All of his eggs are in this one basket. He's got to make it happen, but he's got to move, Adam. He's got to move. He's got to go.
Well, it's going to be now, and he's going to do it. And Terrans are pretty good at base racing, especially when you've got these kind of units out on the board. That one single Widow Mine might do an absolutely disgusting amount of heavy lifting when the time comes, and so will those tanks. And Eythor is like just sitting around. He's got a lot of units at base he could be using right now, and he is just not interested in using them all that quickly as RipNHammer starts to pick away at this 5th friggin' base, as well as Eythor picking away at the top of his main. But I think you're right. I think this comes down to kind of like who A-moves improperly. How does the engagement go down? Where does it happen? And how much damage can the tanks and Widow Mine do? Oh my God.
New strip. What the fuck is going on? Adam, he might lose this game. It's gonna boil down to this right here. Is he gonna A-move in? Oh, okay, yeah, that's scary. That's a lot of corruptors. He's still got a couple of Ultralisks. Let's see what happens. Some of his tanks aren't sieged. He got that one Widow Mine in the back, and he's got all of these Hellbats here to rip the front line a new asshole. These tanks are well positioned, but he's gonna need some meat in the front to soak it up. He's gonna be getting hit from all angles right now. This is it.
Here it comes. Here comes that first Widow Mine. Not fast enough and not enough. Those tanks are going to get picked apart, and that's the game.
That's over. Yeah, that's over.
And thank God, because I haven't eaten enough food today. My blood pressure is too low to be screaming like this. I'm about to pass out on my fucking feet as we watch this happening. My hype level is gonna drop off, otherwise I'm gonna be on the fucking floor. But let me tell you something, I gotta give it up to RipNHammer for putting in the work. He did an awfully good job considering he was against the friggin' wall here, economically speaking, for quite some time. Eythor definitely could have wrapped this game up a little faster if he had made some different decisions. But nevertheless, I gotta give it to RipNHammer. He put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, no, Thor really kind of gave him a chance by just throwing it all to the fucking grinder there just before that final attack. But he did a really good job at when he attacked it from 3 different angles, which means, you know, these siege tanks here that were going to do the majority of the damage were getting overran by Lings, then came in with the Ultralisks and the Corruptors. It was a well-played move there from Thor, and I don't know why he just doesn't end this game already. But, you know, he's playing with his food a little bit.
I guess that, or he's just refusing to build anything that's actually useful right now. Although I guess we should acknowledge the fact that his resources were decimated by the fact that those Widow Mines were sitting in the mineral line for quite some time and kind of destroyed a lot of his economy. And so he's not been able to produce quite as fast as he would have normally, despite the number of bases that he has. And I don't want to say it, but RipNHammer still has some weird friggin' fringe shot here. There's Broodlords now coming and some Banelings as well. But like this is just pure blue frame Harrion.
Needs to get out of there.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, ripped the mineral line again. Taking a look at the units here, it is still heavily... Okay, there it is. He just GG'd out.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the show. All right. There, you know. You never know. I can't, like, it's just so hard to call around these parts, especially after the last week of games we had. It's like you just never know who's going to throw on LAGTV. It's just a classic, you know? You just never know what's going to happen. But I got to give it up, like I said before, got to give it up to RipNHammer. Despite the fact that he was on the back foot for a lot of it, he did manage to hold his own and, you know, gave us a couple of spicy little moments there that made us believe that he had a shot at returning and taking victory. But ultimately, Eythor's, you know, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on his macro early paid off, and he takes the dub.
Yeah, he definitely does. And we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, NordVPN. If you guys don't already have a VPN service, click the link in the description below. Use the promo code OTT. Get a massive discount plus 4 bonus months. They are sponsoring the channel, guys. So when you're in the market, think of us. Think the promo code OTT. That's NORDVPN.com/OTT. And a big shout out to everybody who's been supporting the Patreon. It's on its way back. It's a come up. It's a come up. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. And we're going to see y'all in the next one. Adam, you got anything else for us?
I gotta be honest, I just found out there's a 57-year-old streamer that just won his 1,000th solo game of Warzone, and he donates all of his tips to a different charity each month. So shout out to OGZ, which stands for Old Geezer. That's just a fucking W. I don't know how else to put it. I can't win one solo game of Warzone. This 57-year-old man with a full-time job whooped my ass.